through this together. And like I said, I am no expert, but at least for the past 6 years, God has been helping us on this journey. And I'm just going to be sharing the things that I'm personally doing so that you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not gatekeeping anything. And that's the point why I want to share freely. I believe that our journey are all individually unique, but irrespective of the fact that they are unique, we can still learn from one another, and you can adopt some things. And like I was gisting before now, Jamie has made tremendous milestones, as in tremendous milestones. Jamie was the guy who wasn't talking. I think maybe his words were coming out when he was 5 years old. Jamie is 9 years old now. We are exchanging full conversation, as in full conversation. And I'm even beginning to ask him what happened in school, what did you do? And he's beginning to answer me back. That is Damien. That was one of our major pain points. The other pain point we had was his behavior. Damien is hyper. Damien just wants to run. Damien just wants to be everywhere. In the mall, you will see him on the floor, steaming. But now Damien knows that when he's anxious, he will sit down, and the boy will just sit down and do his yoga hand and be trying to do meditation. He will calm himself down. Not only that, he will ask that, can I go and jump on the trampoline? I need to get the sensory input. He will do that. Now Demi can sit on the table and do his work. Feeding now, I've learned Demi before, it was just rice and stew. For those who knew us, that was what we started with. Rice and stew. Demi will have rice and stew for a whole year for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, Demi's meal has evolved. It might not be so many, but I'm beginning to understand his preferences when it comes to food, what he likes, what he doesn't like, and we're gradually still expanding on his diet. Now, he can eat the 3 different meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. To me, that is a whole lot. So, what else? When it comes to cognitive, or when it comes to executive functioning, for now, I had to be hands-on and do every single thing. When I say everything, everything for Damien. But now Damien is almost taking over everything that I do for him. And I'm able to now enjoy my independence. I'm able to enjoy my independence now. This morning, Damien cleaned his room. He vacuumed his room. I told him to lay his bed. He laid his bed. I told Demi, go and brush your mouth before you come downstairs and eat. Demi was able to brush his mouth independently by himself. He came downstairs. His sister was making breakfast for everyone. I told Demi, go and make your breakfast because you're not going to eat our own breakfast. We're having bread, toast, and egg. Demi brought out jollof rice from the fridge. He put it in a plate. He put it in the microwave. He warmed it up. I noticed that there was some spill on the floor. Then I'm like, Demi, you made a spill on the floor. He said, sorry. He went to get the broom and packer. He swept independently. And when it was time for breakfast, we all sat down on the dining table as a family. We all ate. And then Demi can do that independently now. Not only that, Demi can shower by himself. He can sponge by himself. I remember, was it 2022? That was a goal for me. Now Demi can sponge himself. He will cream his body, dress up independently, and come downstairs to have breakfast. Now Demi will pack his lunch bag, put in his backpack, and take his backpack when he's ready to go to school. And so executive functioning, Demi has made a lot of milestones. And this morning I was thinking that, okay, what exactly is the next step? Because I actually, like on weekends, I like to just lie down on my bed and just visualize some things that I want him to be able to do next. So that has been our journey. This was a boy that was not able to do all this in 4 years, and now is able to do all of that. We started our full intensive therapy 4 years ago, and September 2020, and it's not yet 4 years, it's about 3 years now, and he's been able to do all this. So I am so sure, like I am very confident that if you try these things with your children over the years, you will see them excel. And that's why I just want to share everything. But if I was supposed to walk myself back and like I'm talking to myself, these would be the things that I thought I would have loved to know before now. That's why I'm sharing. I would have loved to know that for me to see the changes, for me to I would have loved that I was able to visualize and mentally, put my head in a space and accept within myself that yes, my son has some challenges, but that's not the end about my son. And with those challenges, he also has some strengths, and I'll be looking at his strengths and using those strengths to help him use those strengths, maximizing on those strengths. And I felt that if I knew, I will have instead of me running, being anxious, anxious, we cannot do without that. That comes once in a while. But instead of me, at times we have this anxiety that panics us, and in that panicking mode, we are paralyzed. We actually don't know what to do. We are unable to do anything. And so I would have loved if somebody told me that my mind was the beginning of helping my child. My mind was the beginning of helping my child. And that's where I wrote down, we need to get our foundation right. We need to get the foundation right. When it comes to building a house, they say that the foundation is what carries the structure on top of the house. Yeah, the foundation carries the structure. And not only that, the deeper or the more bigger you want your structure to be, or the house you want to be, probably you want to build a story building or an high rise, your foundation has to be more depth, as in you have to build a very deep foundation. And likewise, when it comes to our children, also, we need to help them and get the foundation right. If we want them to be fully independent, if we want them to excel on their own, if we want them to be able to, just live their life independent of you, we need to get the foundation right. And while I was preparing for this, my daughter was playing on the keyboard and she was complaining why our teacher was not teaching her how to use the other side of her finger. And the person was just saying, you should be able to do it. But the person has not taken time to teach her. And I was just looking at the keyboard has 88 keys, and as parents, we are used to seeing our children in their limit state. Only what they are, of course, their challenges are usually very amplified in our eyes, and we see that more. But we forget that on a keyboard, even if you are using just with your left hand, you can also use the right hand. You can expand, you can play around all the keys on the keyboard. And likewise with our children, yeah, they have their challenges. Their challenges might be very, very right in our face, but our children have strengths. They have their strengths. And, I'm just going to encourage everyone here that don't limit your child based on the challenges you can see. Dear as a mother, dear as a parent, to stretch yourself and use the other things they can do, the other strengths they have, use their strengths to their advantage. And finally, just wanted us, like I said this morning, I was lying on my bed and I was just visualizing what's the next thing for Damien, what's the next thing. And I think most of us, I think I had that fear too when he was diagnosed, the second opinion, when we went to Patrick's school. Immediately my husband went into that building and he was seeing the children, other children with additional needs. It came out, it was like, Abiola, this thing is going to be tough. How are we going to, is this exactly what Damie is going to succumb to? Is this where we want him to come and learn? But something, I told him that this might be it, but we have God on our side and God will teach us what to do. I didn't really fully understand what I was saying then, but it's so important that if we can picture the future we want to see our children in, our sons in, our daughters in, if you can look as in just see them doing these things, I think that we would really, really be able to get ourselves up and put in the effort that is needed to support them. But having said that, the vision that I have for Damie was not just on my own mental capacity. The vision I had for Damie was based on the word of God. I don't know if everyone here are faith-based, are Christian, but I'm talking from my own experience. I'm a Christian, and what has helped me was from the word of God. I think I have. Okay, totally joining. What has helped me is from the Word of God, and these are key verses that I rely on, irrespective of when Demi is really, when he was really anxious, when he was team non-stop, when Demi would cry, when Demi was unable to sleep over the night, that he will be calling me and I'll be getting up. You know, these were the scriptures that helped me stay grounded. And if you can take screenshots, you can take screenshots. I'll send the recordings to you. But every time when there is a challenge, I just tell myself that God is aware of it. Nothing comes to God by surprise, and God is so kind to me that there was a time when I was doing my study, there was somewhere in the Bible where God's disciples, Jesus' disciples, were asking him that there was a child that was possessed, and the disciple was asking Jesus that, Jesus, what? This is just a little child. Is this thing because of the sin of the father, of the mother? Why is this child possessed? Why does this child have this challenge? And God was like, for the name of God to be glorified. That's why this is happening to this particular family. And then I was able to look into my life, like, okay, because I just felt that, is it because I didn't take my antenatal medicine? Because second pregnancy, I was very sick. I did not finish my anti-malaria. So I felt that, is it because I did not take my anti-malaria, or was it because I was mean to some people when I was pregnant? Is that why my son had autism? But now I've come to the full realization that Dami's autism is because God's name wants to be glorified. And this morning also I was thinking that if Dami did not have this condition, we would not be here today. I won't be sitting with the six of you today. And so indeed, God is glorifying his name. The picture might not be clear to me, and I don't need to know how God wants to do these things. But I know that God's name will be glorified through the lives of your children. And in your family, you will be able to say, okay, this is what God is doing. And so the Bible scriptures that I rely on is Jeremiah 29:11, that says, I know the thought I have towards you, says the Lord, thought of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. God is the God that knows the end from the beginning, and nothing comes to him by surprise. And there's this other beautiful one, Psalm 37:37. I say this to myself, I say this to anybody that I talk to. If you had a one-on-one session with me, you would know that I will have referred this verse to you. And that is, the godly will have a peaceful, prosperous future with an happy ending. I declare it over my life. I declare it over the life of my spouse. I declare it over the life of my children, that our life, because it says we will have a peaceful, that means irrespective of the challenge that we have now, we will still enjoy God's peace. We will not worry. We will not run helter-skelter over our children. Not only that we will have peace, we'll have a prosperous future. And so I keep telling Demi that, Demi, you would do better. You would do, because this word of God is very, very certain. I can take that to the bank, because God has said the godly will have a peaceful, prosperous future. Demi, so I'm sure that you would do better. I'm sure this term, by the end of this term, all the things we've written down, you'll be able to do them, or you will do much more than we've written, the goals we've set for you. And so I'm so sure of that. And every day I just tell myself that where you see us now is not by our strength. It is not by my strength. It's because of the grace of God. And that's 1 Corinthians 15:10. I am what I am by the grace of God. It's only by the grace of God. And that's why you notice I prayed before I started this meeting. I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have slept by 3 a.m., be able to take care of my family's needs, clean their house, and be seated here by 1 o'clock to talk to you. It's only by the grace of God. And so that's just to let you know that there is so much power knowing that everything will work out for you if you know that you have God in your back, you have God in your corner. You just need to be, believe it. Let it be part and parcel of you. Believe it, have faith that things right now, you might not know what is going on, but just know that your child will have a peaceful, prosperous future. Not only your child, but yourself and your family, with an happy ending. So this is what has helped me rely. This is what the Bible verses I have relied on, and I'm sharing with you because I just want to share everything that I'm doing, and that's why I put that here. And of course, some practical examples of renewed thinking, how I review my thinking. There are some times that Trust me, the cost of therapy is terrible. Literally, as it is terrible. It is extremely expensive. In our family, we've decided that everything is opportunity forgone. We would rather forgo the lifestyle that we want and quickly help Damie. And like you've heard, right now, Damie is able to do a whole lot more. And now, as a family, we're able to also go back to the lifestyle that we want. But at times, it's financially draining. When you talk to draining, there are times in school they will send bad reports to you that Damie did not do this, or Damie ran away from the playpen, or Damie went to the washroom and I was scared. I didn't know where he was, or there will be some times where there will be some negative news sent to us from school or from different quarters. But the word of God, there is always a word for every season. And these are some of the scriptures that has helped me in times where we're wondering, oh, babe, okay, the math is not mathing, or the budget you sent for this month for therapy is really higher than what we expected. And how are we going to adjust? And so, yeah, so at times we have all those times. They do come in and they will come in. I'm not saying that you will not go through those challenges. They will happen, but just be rest assured that God has a way of working things out for you. As in, God indeed has a way of working things out for you. I just don't want to go in depth too much when it comes to how God has been supplying our needs, but trust me, God has been supplying our needs. Damien goes to, like I shared my story, our journey so far. Damien has 2 speech therapies. Speech therapy for an hour is $250. Damien goes for ABA. Damien goes for occupational therapy. At home, I'm also doing feeding therapy. I'm having to sit down with him and we're putting in the effort. But trust me, it's only by God's grace that we're able to do all these things, be able to provide for his needs, and we can see God work in our lives. So without further ado, I just want you to know that it is important that you renew your thinking. Yes, you might be seeing children out there that are not doing so much. Children with, I've had a discussion with my daughter. Okay, there was a news there was a news on internet about a 15-year-old boy that a parent had to call on the police to help and de-escalate a behavior. And unfortunately, the police shot him. And I was telling my daughter about it. Then I was trying to tell her that, Oiko, can you see that how God has helped us? Because Danny's behaviors are all very manageable now. Demi knows how to regulate himself. And I'm like, oh, how I wish those parents were able to get their child the help they needed when he was much younger, when they could still form him as to when he's older now. And, before they can de-escalate a behavior, they had to call the police. So, irrespective of that, I want you to know that if you have the right mindset regarding your children, what you want them to be, what you want their future to be like, and you are declaring it, you are working towards it, it is possible, you will see it. And so it is important as mothers, as parents, that we continue to renew our mind. Like I said, dream big for your child. Like this morning, I saw Demi doing his work, like working and earning an income. Dream big for your child. Don't limit your child based on what you're used to, based on what you're seeing now. Just dream big for your child, and I'm sure that God will come through for you and your family in Jesus' name. Amen. I just remembered a book that I read talking about dream big, and this is one book that helped me also to see Damien walking. This book was written by T.A. Tierra. I've not met her before. She just sent me a message that she wrote a book about someone on the spectrum that I would like to read it. And it was a fantastic read. Fantastic read. This was a charming young boy, even with his sensory needs, was having a meaningful life. And so if you want to read and just get a glimpse of seeing your child toast people, have relationships, this you would enjoy the novel. You will not get, but it's a novel, but you will enjoy it. And so these are the things that I do to help me be able to picture a future for my son. These things just, of course, I can't go into future, but, somebody writing here can help me just, even if it's a fiction, it helps me to see something for my son, and I'm, taking that in. and declaring that my child can also do that. So please don't limit your child based on what you're used to now. Just stretch your mindset, think right, and just there. And so let's go into those were just preambles. I just wanted you to know that your mindset play a whole lot. And we'll be going right into the roadmap, how we have been helping Damie. I think we're just doing 4 things. And these 4 main things are based on, the past 6 years that God has been helping us help Damie, support Damie. And I sincerely understand the science behind all these 4 points, and I'll be sharing them with you. I don't know if anyone has seen this before. Has anyone seen this before? I know I've shared it sometimes in 2020, but I was doing this again for the benefit of those who joined after 2020. Lola, you must have seen this before, right? Is there anyone that have seen this before?
Sorry, I was struggling to unmute myself. I'm not sure. I think so. But I'm not 100% sure.
Doing, have you seen this before?
Nope.
No? Oh.
I just know
No,
a few things. I know the few things that are there, but not this particular
Abiola,
thing.
in 2020, you are not yet doing Barry. I don't think you put this up in 2020.
No, in 2020, I did not include Bowery here.
Because there are some
Bowery is
things
not
that
here. Yes,
I think
I added Bowery to this because this is updated.
Yeah, I think I knew the previous one.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just similar to what that, but like I said, this is all that we're doing, and I thought I should share that with everybody. I'm just looking at those we have here. Yeah. So this is exactly what we are doing. This is the recovery roadmap. I don't know about you, but we have so many people on our group. And at times, or in recent times, I'm learning that proximity to things does not mean that you have access to these things. You can be in the airport, work in the airport, and never be in a plane. You could be in, you could live around an institution and not be a student of that institution. And so, like I said, I've shared this before, but many people have exposure to this, but they are not really doing this. But for me, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm able to see. This is I've been doing this consistently. I do things that I can be consistent with. I'm someone that I don't like too much stress because life is lifing, and there's a lot of things to do. So I try as much as possible to look for the most simplest thing that I can adopt and stick to. And that is what I do over time. I don't try to make my life too complicated because, like I said, there are lots of information out there and it can be really overwhelming. But this I've been doing for 3 years. And like I said, it works. And that is what I want to walk you through. So are we okay with that? You might think it's maybe something I've been hiding or something I have not shared before, but this is exactly all that we've been doing. And like I said, I shared the milestones that Damie has experienced, and you can also see, and this really works for us. And so to go into it, let's start unlocking them one by one. I will try and be very fast, or we'll see how it goes. I don't want to take too much time, even though we started very late. But the first thing is, if I was to start this journey again, the first thing I would do would be to concentrate on how to heal my son's gut. How to heal my son's gut. Have you guys been hearing some researches out there about gut and brain connection? Anyone? Yes. That thing is like our gut is the second brain.
Yes.
Like our gut is the second brain, and a whole lot happen in our gut. Even for people who have serious conditions, when I talk about serious, as in really grave conditions, they tell them to go and heal their gut. They tell them to go and heal their gut. Much more, we know, autism, of course, our children have neurodevelopmental delays, and there is a major connection between the gut and the brain. It said that, like I said, the gut, you can see the picture here. The gut, this is our gut here, and you can see there are several nerves ending that goes from the gut to the brain. And that's why, apart from this complex brain, the gut nervous system, there are several things in the gut that can tell people that that is the second brain. If you can get the gut working very, very well, your gut optimal health, then your brain can work very well. And with our children that have developmental ability, their brain can repair itself. It can repair itself. And there are several things I don't want to go into. I'm not a medical person. I was hoping Dr. Jinika will be here to help us with all this and break down all these medical terms, but I'm just going to explain to the best of my ability. So there's a neural pathway in our guts and our brain that links together. And most times our children's neural pathways are blocked because there are several toxins. And now these toxins get into the bloodstream from the gut, because most times children with autism have leaky gut. And leaky gut means that their gut linings are not strong enough, whereby toxins they get from food, from the environment, from perfumes, gets absorbed into their body, to their gut, and it filters into their bloodstream. Now, these toxics in the bloodstream is what causes all these behavioral issues that our children have. And so if you can heal your child's gut, whereby toxins are not able to filter into their blood, then it is said that you'll be able to manage them and their body will be able to heal. And so, yeah, there are different neurotransmitters in our guts that transmits in some chemicals responsible to help the brain in the gut. Apart from that, their immune system also functions better when their gut is healthy. And there are several gut microbiota that helps with the connection. So by the neural pathways are, there's a clear flow of there's no traffic. Let me put it that way, to put simple to put. There's no traffic between their gut and the brain. The pathways are clear. And so the first step to helping your child is to heal their gut. Like, we just need to heal their guts to make sure that, medications, even if they are stress, toxins, bacteria, food parasites, these things that can harm them does not filter into their blood system and affect or cause inflammation, autoimmunity, or food intolerances. So we need to do our best to heal their guts. And, they say that gut problem leads to indigestion and malnutrition. Not only that, the challenges that we see our children have are due to because toxins have been filtered into their bloodstream. And also, I have learned that if we're able to repair and restore the microbiome in their gut, it will allow their body, their head, their brain to heal. And so for the next couple of minutes, we'll just be looking at some simple ways that I have tried. These are things that I have done. I'm not saying anything that I have not done. I'm just telling you the thing, exactly what I have done to help my child and how I have done it. So the first thing I did was to introduce camel's milk to Demi. Camel's milk, apart from, of course, most of us are mothers. We are all mothers, not most of us, pardon me. We're all mothers. And of course, we know that they will tell us that when you give birth, make sure your child drinks suckle from your breast, because your breast may contain several immune enzymes that would help them prevent them from falling sick or catching any flu or any sickness that that they can easily expose to you, because the breast milk has a lot of nutrients. Unlike our cow milk have a particular protein in it, casein, that is difficult for children on the spectrum to break down. And so because they have difficulty breaking down this protein, casein filters into their bloodstream and also causes these unwanted behaviors that we don't want to see. And that's why some people say cow milk are not good for our children. But I've realized that camel milk contains essential chemicals or acids that can help our children. It's very rich in some vitamins. It has a high level of fighting enzymes like breast milk that can help our children. And not only that, casein, camel milk also boosts their glutathione levels. Now, they need these glutathione levels when they want to extract toxins from their body. And so camel milk is very, very good for children. And I remembered I used this particular sachet for a long while for Demi. Now, unfortunately, this company have had to rebrand, and all the vendors that were selling, I think they stopped them because we could no longer source them. That is why we stopped. But I've gone ahead to send an email to them that we would like to partner with them because we need camel's milk. There are different vendors elsewhere. Some people said fresh one, but I don't know how you can preserve a fresh milk, having it to travel. I think I just prefer this dried one, and it's in a sachet. And because it's expensive, I'm not gatekeeping. What we do then is for a sachet, we divide it to two and give Damien half in the morning. And the following day, it takes the other half. So we use one sachet for 2 days. So in case you are able to find this, I would really implore you, let's try this all together. I'm going back to it once it's available, but I think this will really help your children. And you can do further research also to see the benefits of camel milk in supporting your child's overall health. So this is one thing that we did, and it also helped heal Demi's gut. Like it can reduce inflammatory in the system. And of course, inflammatory is what causes them not to be able to, they are in this opioid kind of state that they are not able to reason very well with you. So this is one thing that I did. Give camel milk was one thing. Then the other thing is many people say try gluten-free, casein-free diet. Now, I'm going to be very sincere with you. One thing that we do is casein-free. That one is a non-negotiable for me because I would rather prefer I'm able to manage Dami's behavior than giving him things that has milk and that I will not be able to control. It is said that the casein, the protein in milk, that casein, it takes about 3 months for children to digest it for every intake. So it's in their body system for about 3 months. And I felt that that is really a long time for something to be in the system and not being digestible, as in completely digested. So I do casein-free completely. But when it comes to gluten-free, I allow my son to take gluten. I'm not keeping anything from you. I'm just saying exactly the way it is. Damien takes bread because he likes bread. He just started eating sandwich, bread and egg. So I'm giving him that. And he also likes croissant. And he will use croissant and add jollof rice to croissant. And of course, croissant is made with flour. So we are not doing this fully, but if you can.
Sister, I have a question. So,
yes, please.
For instance, this croissant now, most of this bread, they are made with milk. So how do you avoid milk? Do you get the one that is milk-free, or how do you avoid kissing in all those processed food, bread, croissant, and all of that?
My dear, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of being transparent. Demi takes it. I think that's the way he has exposure to milk. Because of course they will use milk in all this bread, and those are the breads that he likes, and all this I think that's the only exposure he has to casein. But why I'm not worried, I'll share that why it's not so much a bother for me. It's also further down in the slide. And
Awesome.
so I'm not panicking because it takes bread that has some milk. But because I cannot take that entirely, and God knows I cannot make bread. I have tried the like the gluten-free bread, the casein-free bread. I bought it. It was in the fridge. I had to empty, like trash it out completely because it did not eat it. And the thing, I also tried wheat bread, and for wheat bread now, I think we're just even trying. It hasn't gone back to, because I changed. When I saw that it was eating sandwich, bread and egg, I was like, oh, good. Let me try the better option. I tried wheat bread. I think that was in February this year. He ate it for some while, but Demi has completely stopped eating bread and egg. because he noticed that I've changed it from what he preferred. So he's a very, very sensory eater. And so anything that he's eating, once he likes it and you change it, it will stop eating. And he doesn't mind, he will go hungry.
I just have to give myself some grace, because I can read label for life and keep myself. Once I see one thing I'm running from, I'm like, I cannot have this one, I cannot have this one.
Yeah, so it's okay to read the labels, but if you know, I think by the end of this session, when I share everything entirely, then you know, okay, it might be, of course, it will have an impact, but I'm doing something else to reduce or to cushion the effect of these things on his body. So I just want to quickly digress now. I have it further down. Another thing we do to help cushion all this effect, Demi takes prebiotics every day. So prebiotics help to knock out all the effect of why they say you should not give your children gluten-free, because it has this opioid effect on them. Opioid, when you're taking opioid, or people that take drugs, you can see they're usually very high. They are not alert. And that's why you see some children that they will play alone. Is because they have these opioid effects. Like the food they're eating, they're sensitive to maybe gluten, and it's giving them that opioid effect. That's why they're not aware of their environment. But if you take this gluten out of their diet, you see your child more alert. And so that's why they say that gluten-free and casein-free diets can help children with autism, because to help them to be more alert. They will not be in that bubble. And of course, most children, you see, they just like to play alone. It's just the child is not aware. It's just his guts filtering in all these things into his body or into our body. And it's not that the child does not want to interact with you. You will notice that once you take those things out, your child will become more aware and your child is able to interact with their environment. So that's why they say gluten-free, casein-free diet is good. But on the gluten Demi is taking, I know it takes prebiotics every day that knocks it down, make sure that these things are knocked off. So that is why I'm not so worried. But yes, Doyen, I also still read labels. I check labels, but I know that I'm supplementing elsewhere. And God knows I cannot kill myself.
Makes sense. Will you get to it? I don't want to preempt you, but the type of prebiotics you are using, is it inulin?
It is inulin.
Oh, we reacted to inulin since that beginning.
Yes,
okay.
It is inulin.
We reacted to inulin. His sleep went from 0 to -100.
Sorry, he sleeps well? Or...
No, it doesn't sleep well. The inulin affected, we are reacting to it. So I didn't.
So he reacts to inulin. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that inulin reaction, now we'll talk about that as well. But for how long did you use that inulin?
It was like 3 years ago when it was first freshly diagnosed that I started what's that protocol again? Protocol. The other two things were good. We were able to do the olive oil, we were able to do the fish oil. But inulin, I even went to buy 3-pack. I think I gave it out. I asked somebody on the group if they wanted. I just did it for like 2 weeks, took a break again, came back, even reduced the dose. It was just, I don't know how to explain what the effect, but we traced it to that inulin. So I stopped since that 2021.
Okay, so this is something that I have told people before, and I'm just going to tell you. I would like you to, I'm not able to take, if you have questions, Tosi, just unmute yourself. I'm not able to manage chat. I just noticed there was chat. Just unmute yourself. So there's something that I tell people. Yeah, there's something that I tell people. When you're withdrawing, when you see people that are on drugs and you're withdrawing them from drugs, what do you see them do? Don't you? Have you heard, of course, you might not have first-hand experience, but have you heard that when they're doing a withdrawal process for someone that's on drug, do you think it's usually smooth?
No.
No. They usually have like a challenge, like it's their body systems clashing. Now, this is what I tell myself. I think that is what is happening when you were giving inulin. Because the body system, of course, the body system will fight. What this, we are trying to remove the opiate chemicals from their body system. Opiates is like a drug effect that they have. And so there will be a lot of clash in their system. But the thing is, if you are able to, like anybody on drugs, if you are able to weather that initial resistance, of course, it's going to be tough. But if you're able to weather that out, you will see that they would have this, it's like a withdrawal syndrome. They would actually feel better after a while. But for many of us, of course, it's not only you, many people react to inulin. Some people say they react to inulin, but that is what I feel is happening, because I read the science, I read the book. That is what I think is happening to your child while they're having that withdrawal symptoms. And of course, a lot of things will come up. But I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I don't know if you would want, if it's something, of course, I'm sure you had some scare during those periods. You said he wasn't sleeping well. But if it's something that you want to try again, I would say try again with a very, very small dose. Now, Demi also had withdrawal syndrome. He was always very clingy. If you read the book, of course, the book said that you will have this awareness, awaken. Awaken is the same thing as withdrawal syndromes. Demi was always crying. He was very, very emotional. He was very, very, yes, that is the withdrawal syndrome. It's exactly the same thing. But if you don't understand what is going on in their body, you will not be able to understand, oh, should I continue or should I stop? So imagine if your child is addicted to something and you're withdrawing, you want to stop that thing from them and they're crying. Will you give it back to them to be addicted, or you will be persistent to let them go through that withdrawal process completely? So that is just my mindset around that. I don't know what your decision will be, but that's what I think is happening. And I think if you want to try, and it's because I'm giving Demi prebiotics that I'm not worried with other foods, because I know the prebiotics they take every day pushes all those bacteria that would make him opioid, that would make him high, pushes him very, very down in his gut, so that he's aware, he's still very aware. But he eats all these things. Even oftentimes I let him indulge in ice cream. And ice cream has casein, but I'm not worried because I know he's able to break them down. And at times when I see that he's not breaking them down, I give him digestive enzyme to break those protein down immediately. So those are the things that I do. And that is why some people say gluten-free, casein-free diet is good for your children. Why? Because they want to reduce, all those chemicals that make them feel high from their body system, so that they are more cognitive aware. And, when they're aware, they're able to learn, pick new behaviors, pick new words, and their speech improve. And so that is just the basic when it comes to gluten-free, casein-free diet and how you can heal your child's gut. Also, these proteins, like I said, the protein in the gluten and the casein can filter into your children's bloodstream and cause them to be hyper and all that. And so that's the first way you can heal their gut. The second way that you can, and these are things that I think are easy for you to do, easy for me to do. And that is why I'm sharing that. I'm only sharing things that I know I can do or that I have done. I'm not talking anything that I cannot do. The other thing that I know that can help, heal our children's gut is fermented food. Now, you asked me, Abiola, you said Demi has very limited diet. How are you able to sneak fermented foods to Demi? This is what I do. I blend them and I add it to his jollof rice base. Excuse me. Why is fermented food good for our children? Fermented food, because it has microorganisms like some bacteria that helps break down, all these heavy chemicals in our food. And they act as natural preservatives. You can read my screen. But fermented food makes it very easy for our children to digest whatever they're eating. That's why fermented food is good. It helps them to digest food better, and it helps them to be able to absorb the nutrients in their foods. And so fermented food is another good option for your children. If your child will not eat it, or if it's difficult for you to sneak fermented food, another thing is to make maybe all these fermented drinks. I think there are some that are available. You can just give them a little shot of it every day. It's not something big, but it's just small thing every day consistently. Small shots every day consistently. And I think it does work. It does work. A lot of people give their children kefir. A lot of people give their children sauerkraut. I know in our house we have kimchi. I personally eat kimchi myself. and I blend some kimchi when it comes to my children food. And so those are just some small things that those are just the small things that I give Damien. Prebiotics, yes, it's just inulin. It's just inulin that I give Damien.
Sorry, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last one. So you mentioned that you blend like the fermented foods and add to the jollof rice base, but I thought with the fermented foods that when it's not meant to kind of be heated again.
Now I don't know.
Okay.
I can be very transparent. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that one, I tried those with my daughter. She wouldn't just like it's like eat them straight
Raw.
from the jar like that. And I was like, oh no, you shouldn't eat it up and stuff. I was like, okay, so how do I then get it
to her? Have you tried
into
just the liquid?
she's very picky with liquid. If she's not drinking water, like then maybe milk with cereal. Like it's very I have to feed out any liquid I have to give her aside from water, and maybe she's taking milk with cereal. It has to be through a syringe, right? So we are all chase. So even with smoothies, she wouldn't we have to chase ourselves with syringe just to get some fruit like juice into her. Like that is so bad that she wouldn't even take a juice box. Like other kids with juice boxes, she wouldn't even take a juice box. So it's
yeah, I see where you're coming from. She's Demi's sister. Very, very picky with everything. So how can we
but since you say you try that, probably try that because she'll take pasta sauce. Like I don't give her like this is a quinoa pasta stuff. And she'll take like any pasta sauce. So since you've successfully been able to use it in like the food base, probably that might work.
you know something, Abimbola, you might leave fermented food out, but there are other things you can do. Like I would always tell you exactly what I can do. The other thing that you can do, leave fermented, because I have not read about, they said you should not eat it up. I haven't seen that or heard that before. I'll read about it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong and I don't want to lead you the wrong path. But this one, bitter vegetables, is something you can do to pasta sauce. So what I do is I blend all these fruits together. I've even gone to the fact that today I think there was about 6 months, about a year that we're teaching him how to take smoothie. And I think that is another best thing that we did then. Because right now in a smoothie, I will sneak cauliflower. They don't know. And his sister, because she too used to suffer from severe constipation. They don't know, but I blend them. I'll put cauliflower and I'll put lemon to make it tangy with other fruits together and blend. I just make sure that they are served on their table before. They don't see me when I'm making it. So another thing you can do, so apart from smoothie, what I did is to have this, yes, majority of these, I think the only thing vegetable that is not here is, what's it called now? Dandelion. Or it looks like this arugula. No, this is not. This is like a salad. Dandelion. So I blend this all together with carrots and I put it in a Ziploc bag. I flatten it. And of course, I steam them up first. I steam them in my pressure pot, blend them all together, put them in Ziploc bag, flatten it. And I use my my turning stick to partition it. And I just place it there when it's frozen. And so when I want to do Demi's jollof rice base or his pasta sauce base, I just pick, it's easy to break. And I just pick one strong, concentrated bitter vegetable and mix it with the sauce base. And I just add everything. Another thing, I don't use MSG for Demi's food. That's why when he's picky eating, people will say it has its benefit. Because in our own stew, we'll put Maggi there. But in Demi's, anything that has to do with Demi, it's easier for me not to easier for me to take out MSG in Demi's food. So I don't give him that, but I put this bitter vegetable in his jollof beans. Even his sister they don't recognize. They don't even know that there's something added to it. because it's usually very delicious. And I make all my herbs together. I just buy different herbs, blend them together, and have my own herb bottle. So you might be able to do this, and I'm sure this will help. This will help your daughter a lot, Abimbola. This will help her a lot. So this is another thing that I do to heal the misgut. Sneaking is not legal, but I sneak in bitter vegetable to his fruit. And at times when I'm blending his smoothie, when his sister is not downstairs, I break a little chunk of this bitter vegetable and put it in their smoothie as well. But not so much that. I usually use lots of strawberry for the pink flavor, and I'll add cauliflower. And my own, I don't do fresh vegetable. Fresh fruit is stressful. I cannot keep up with it. So I buy this frozen bag from the frozen big bag of mixed fruits and lemon. So I just make sure, because lemon is another very good thing for their body. It's concentrated with vitamin C. So I'll just take all those, a bunch of mixed fruits and some banana. I also buy lots of banana, break it and put it in the freezer. Add some banana, and I'll use hot water to blend it. Add this bitter vegetable, and sometimes if I have this broccoli sprout, I think I'm almost running out. I grew them myself. I'll just pick a little bunch of broccoli sprouts, add it, and blend them all together, and give to them as breakfast. So they have it about 3 times in a week, every week. And what I do is, by the time his jollof rice is finished, when I'm about to blend his sauce base, I make sure that I do all those. So I just link it to an activity that I must do every time. So they mean you must always cook jollof rice, at least twice in a week. So before I blend his jollof rice base, I'll make sure that I blend the smoothie, it's available. Then I blend his jollof rice base and I give them to him. So it takes this about 3 times in a week. And it has helped a lot. And so like you, Abimbola, just continue giving. If it's syringe, we started with 15 ml, like that 15 ml bottle. That was how Demi started taking his smoothie. It was that little because he is very sensitive to texture, and you will see him gag at every time. And so we started from 15 ml, but right now Demi can finish a whole cup of smoothie and he will take it. But another thing we incorporated is sensory preference, because we know he doesn't like it touching his mouth. He will drink it with a straw. So you might try to see if your daughter would accommodate it better or more with straw. Just try. But for Demi, his smoothie is always with a straw, and he will finish a whole bottle, no matter how big it is. A whole cup, rather. He will finish it. And that has helped to be able to sneak it, give him, fruits, vegetable, and this has helped. So if your child is not taking smoothie, gradually have that as a goal, and from syringe, just be consistent with it. Be consistent with it. It will work. It will heal. Our tummy, our palate will change over time. But just be consistent with it and try this bitter vegetables. So that's another thing that I do to heal the misgut. Then this another one is bone broth. Bone broth. Bone broth contains collagen, and collagen is good for a lot of things when it comes to gut health. It strengthens the gut barrier and reduces possibility for toxins to filter into their bloodstream. And so there are 2 different types. People think that stock is bone broth. Stock is when you are cooking and the water of your chicken, you use it, those are stock. But bone broth, for you to be able to get the nutrients from the bone, it's said that you have to cook it for about 4 hours minimum, so that all the nutrients from the bone and the marrow will diffuse into the water. Then you will see gelatin will come out. You just see all those shaky thing, like you should know gelatin now, your mother's here. So you will see those gelatin out of it. When you boil it very long, what I do is I just put them, and what I do, because bone broth too is expensive to buy, so I will buy chicken feet. If you can get grass-fed chicken, fantastic. If not, just bless the chicken feet, fry it a bit, then I put it in my pot, add carrots, add onions, basil, all this ginger, garlic, and I just cover it and leave it overnight. On my pressure pot, it's electric, so it's safe. Or you can boil it for 4 hours minimum and then sip it out. Now, because Demi will not drink it, some people, they advise that you give them, if your child can drink this directly, maybe first thing in the morning before breakfast, that will be good. But because my son will not drink it, so what I do is I use this bone broth and I mix to his jollof rice base. That is his own stock. That is what I used to do in stock. If I don't have chicken feed, the other thing is because I'm African and we like pomo, but pomo is difficult to find, and I will not buy all those dry one. I will buy cow feet, and after taking out the flesh from the cow feet, the bone itself, isn't that not bone broth? Pardon me, I'm just being very, very sincere with you and vulnerable with you. So that bone, I will boil that bone very, very, very well, so that all the collagen from the bone, all the nutrient from the bone will filter out. And that is what I'll use for Damien's stock base, is jollof rice base as bone broth, and I'll mix with it. So those are how I've been able to sneak in bone broth. But I think that is something you should try as well. For me, it's easy for me to do. So I'm only doing the things that I can be consistent with. I know there's no how I will need pomo when I'm cooking food. And cow leg is my own pomo. And that is what I use every time. And so when I'm boiling it, I don't put any MSG. I just make sure that I'm only using the herbs that I have in the house and salt. Then after it's fully cooked, then I'll add other vegetables for Demi, more ginger, more onions, more garlic, more carrots, bay leaf, black pepper. And then I'll cook that for a longer period of time. And I'll just put that in the freezer. And I'll usually mark it, this is for Demi. You put a check mark on the Ziploc. So I don't use that for our own cooking. So that's how I've been able to sneak bone broth. And all these things, like I said, a drop of water over a period of time does fill a bucket. All these things over a period of time consistently will heal your child's gut. Then the other thing they say is exercise, have them jump, have them run around. I have realized that in as much as, because we have different climates in Canada here, and it can be cold. Sometimes Demi likes physical activities, but it's actually very cold outside. So we get him to just jump on his trampoline, get him to just run around the house. My house is usually very, very, usually very, very loud. But right now he's growing old and I just want to sit down and draw. I'm like, this boy has changed. So I need to be intentional about getting him to do more exercises. And now I've enrolled in swimming. Actually, I'm a swimming coach now, because I just need him to exercise more. But it's said that when they do exercise, it helps, their systems to move better. And those are the things that we can do to help heal our children's gut. So to summarize, the first thing I wish somebody told me earlier was to concentrate on healing my son's gut. And how you can do it, if you are able to change your diet and take out gluten and casein, fine. Some people say add coconut oil, that it helps. Some people say fermented food. Yeah, fermented foods are good. Prebiotics, organic whole food if you can, but they are expensive. So I just stick to our regular food. And the next thing I'll be talking about helps take out toxins in the food we buy. Some people say use honey. Yeah, no, ignore this other side, but those are some of the ways that I personally use to heal my son's gut, and I hope that is helpful. Before I go to the second thing, detoxification, does anyone have any question? I know I've been talking a lot, but I don't want to bore you. I just want to be sure I'm not boring you. But sincerely, that is all that I'm doing. So is there any question? Any question?
None from me for now.
Thank you. Dolapo, I noticed you joined, and was it Nikki? You joined after we started. Are you good?
Yes, I'm okay. I was actually the one asking the question, but I kept saying Abimbola.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nikki, are you good?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so what will you be doing to help heal your child's gut? Which one do you think you can be consistent with?
Actually, recently I read a book and I started on it. Most of these things I have been doing, and I must tell you, it's like a miracle healing.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. But just do what is simple and please be consistent with it. Don't stop.
Yes. I won't stop.
The very
It's like,
simple one. Mhm.
yes, it's like I used to be like do a lot and I got overwhelmed and I stopped everything. I couldn't like continue. I just give him whatever I have. But like I took a break, like work on myself. Then I went back slowly. I just reduced it. I did not go like strictly anymore. I just reduced it. Like, okay, I used to not give him rice. Now I give him rice. I let him eat it, but I just sneak those stuff in to just help with it. I am not strict about it anymore, just for my own mental health.
That is fine. That is perfect. That is perfect. And even if you're cooking, something just came to my mind. So if you're cooking it, when you're cooking rice, you can even use bone broth to cook it. I never thought of this before. It just came to me now. Because I remember we went on a vacation and there was a time we were in a Chinese restaurant and we asked Damien, what are you going to eat? And he said he wanted white rice and ketchup. And that was what he ate. And so when we came home, he wasn't eating white rice before we traveled. So when we came home, we also gave him white rice. But I'm thinking that, okay, if I can cook his white rice with the bone broth, that's another way to sneak that into his diet. So yes, I would say just do what you're doing, whatever you can be consistent with. Don't get yourself overwhelmed. There is life, there is work, there are other things you have to attend to. But just do what you can do.
Yes.
Perfect. I'm happy to hear that. Okay,
I
so
have a question before we go
okay,
on. Did
go
you
on.
ever try another brand for the camel milk?
Yes, you can. Can I recommend?
No, did you ever try? Because yes, I started off with the camel milk with that Camelicious, but I couldn't kind of source for that anymore. So I got another brand, but for some reason when I opened the pack, it was just kind of smelling off. So I didn't bother with it. I was like, okay, probably just try to get that
Yeah, so
Camelicious.
that's why I said that's why I said I also stopped. It was difficult to source that malicious. And I think they were going through rebranding. And like I said, I don't know how it is like for people who try the fresh one. I don't think that will work for me. Right now, I don't know any other brand that I can recommend from the top of my head. It was only Camelicious that I tried, and it was okay for us to do because it was very clean. In the sachet, we could half it because it was expensive and take the other half the following day. But I don't know. Perhaps we need to research and see other manufacturers doing this because I could tell of the quality of Camelicious. They were very notched and very good. That's why I stuck to it. But I think there should be out others, but I don't know of any. I don't know of any now. But I also wrote to them though, because we need this. I wrote to them that I would like to partner with them if they can let me be a distributor. But we'll see how that goes. Because I was just saying that I can't find this thing. And someone was like, Abiola, why are you not even asking them? Can't you distribute this? I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that. Okay. So I wrote an email to them to see the possibility, but fingers crossed by the grace of God. If I have a go ahead, we would push that up because I know that helps as well. Those were the things that we did that I can say for certain. And like I said, I don't do so much, but I do enough that I can monitor over time and I can see the impact, the difference that they make. So yeah, any other question?
I have a question.
Okay.
I just have a question regarding the camel milk. Hold on, sorry. The camel milk, is it fresh milk or powdered?
Okay, so this one that I use is powdered.
Oh, powdered. Oh, okay. Yeah,
There are
that's it.
people that sell
I'm just thinking of how hard it might be to get a camel milk.
Oh yeah, they are powdered. It's on the screen. It's actually powdered like this.
Oh, okay.
In a sachet like this. And so, like I
Okay.
said, because it's expensive, I just half it. I divide it with the sachet and give my son, mix it in a small mini cup of water, mix it and have him drink in the morning. And the following day, he takes the second half of the sachet.
Okay. I also saw on the group you posted about tiger nut. And for the tiger nut, did you just make it as a milk out and give it to Demi?
Okay, so the tiger nut, I think somebody suggested that, but I did not do tiger nut.
Oh, okay.
No, my life is a baby girl life, has to be easy. And, and because I'm doing so many, I try to reduce I try to reduce the things that will put pressure and make me anxious. If I'm doing tiger nut, I'll freak out. So I'm not doing that. I recently started juicing celery for him. And of course we have the juicer at home, but I was only able to do that because my daughter was interested too. And like I said, she also has severe constipation. So that's another good way to sneak in nutrients into their body. So I juice the celery, pineapple, they like that one, and cucumber, garlic, cucumber, ginger, and lemon, because lemon also has vitamin C. But tiger nut, no, that one is too stressful. It's not stressful, but for those who can do it.
Yeah, I heard it had a lot of inulin in it. So maybe some people can try it too.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't do that. I've not tried it before.
Oh, okay.
I've not tried it before, so I can't speak to that. I think it was a suggestion from somebody, but I
think there's some ready-made tiger nuts milk though. There's this this person that was shared on the group. I used to buy from her in Nigeria and have my mom or somebody coming to bring, but then she's now in Canada. Forgotten her name.
Okay, I remember that lady's contact was shared.
Exactly, yeah. She says tiger nut milk. You can just buy the powder ready-made. You don't do all the wala.
Not the wow, that's good.
Yeah, this I used to buy it, and the sugar one she sells. I've forgotten that one for sugar.
So that I didn't do that, so I can't speak to that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Esther, welcome. How are you? Your audio is yet to connect, but I hope you can hear me and you're doing well. I can't unmute from my head. What of store-bought bone broth? Just to be sure that yeah, like this thing I said, it's store-bought bone broth. You really don't know what they might have mixed added something to it. And well, I didn't use that. I've not tried that, Tosin. So just answer your question the way it is. I've not tried that. And then it's stock bone broth. It could be stock, not bone broth that has collagen, enough collagen. You know that I said like omiero is stock, but the one that is boiled for hours where the collagen seeping is where you have the bone broth. So I don't know about store-bought bone broth, but I can only speak to the one you do at home. That's what I'm doing. So that's what I can speak to. Okay, so let's go to Esther. We've reviewed a lot, but I said I was going to share the video with anyone who comes late. So yeah, you would catch up with that. How are you doing? Esther, are you well?
Hello, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
To me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why you're asking that. I'm connected.
Yeah, we started like an hour and 40 minutes ago.
Okay, yeah, I'm on transit. Actually, so I think I missed the time. I was actually looking for the link again, and I'm on transit, so.
Okay. That's why I was saying what happened.
Okay, I didn't know. I was. Was it an hour ago?
Yeah, it was.
I thought I was. I thought I was just late for like 20 minutes.
No, it started by 1 o'clock. We are about an hour 40 minutes in.
Oh my
we
God.
started late. We started late anyway because I was trying to wait for everyone. But not to worry, just continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so that is the first thing. The first step was gut healing. Like I said, we've looked to the ways that it's easy for me that I've been able to heal my son's gut. And even when he's indulging in bread, and I'm really not too bothered because I know that there are other things that we are doing, and everything will come together as a holistic approach. So that's one thing. The other thing that I did, I think the first time I shared that is steps. We were not really doing detoxification much as it were. I think we were just starting that step 2 of detoxification. I'm trying to look at this. Yes, we're just starting the step 2 of detoxification then. And yeah, but right now we are fully into that. And just to talk a bit about how detoxification helps, like I said earlier on, that our children are exposed to toxins everywhere. Not only our children, we adults as well. We're exposed to toxin in our food because they use pesticides, in our cream, they use chemicals that should not seep into the bloodstream. Our body, our skin is the largest organ that we have. Not only that, in drinks that we take, there are chemicals sneaking. In things that we use in the house, it is either plastic, there are chemicals, harmful plastic and chemicals. There are harmful chemicals in scented things. There are harmful chemicals in detergents that we use. And there is a whole lot that our children, there are a whole lot different ways which, these chemicals can get to our children. But are they all avoidable? No. To be sincere, if you don't want to kill yourself, it's difficult to avoid everything. I'm someone that I love scented candles. Because of Demi, we had to stop using scented candles in the house. Because of Demi, they said that we should change all our plastic to glass. But I'm like, it's not safe. What if a glass breaks? Am I going to be the one to be sweeping and picking every micro dot? So we still use plastics. Sometimes they say we should use a particular detergent, but it's not something you can be consistent with. We can't just be using baking soda and something to wash it. They say it's good, but I need my life to be easy. So I will buy store-bought normal washing machine detergent to wash clothing. Even though I'll look for as in there are some, I'm just being very, very sincere and vulnerable because these things, yes, we know that they find their ways into our house, but is it possible for us to eradicate them completely? I don't know about you, but for me, it's difficult. And I'm not going to try to want to do everything. So the other thing that I do for Demi is to take out all these toxins away from his body. And like I said, toxins are in the drugs, in insecticides, in pesticides, in pollutants, in perfumes. And Demi loves smell. He loves perfumes. In perfumes, in body creams, in candles, almost everything, there are toxins. So it's really important that if you are able to find a way, like you've gotten how to consistent approach that you would heal your child's gut, the next thing you would want to start doing is to find ways to gradually be removing these toxins away from their body. And the major organ that helps with detoxification is our liver. And so how can we help the liver to take out toxins? I have realized that I only do 5 things out of this 6 ways here. Like I said, I'm only just going to share the things that I'm doing, and of course I'm adding number 6 to it that I know other people do, but I will share also why I'm doing 5, not 6. So the first thing is Epsom salt bath. So why is Epsom salt bath? Now, like I said, these things are simple things, but consistently over a period of time, you will see your child's body gradually heal. That is what I've seen. You'll see your child's body gradually heal. Epsom salt contains magnesium sulfate. And why is it important? Because most times our children's body lack sulfate because, yeah, they are not able to absorb nutrients. And because they have leaky guts, most of these nutrients are not absorbed in. But if you've been able to gradually, heal their gut to the point whereby their lining is thicker, their gut lining is much better, then you can gradually start introducing sulfate, and sulfate will work with the liver to extract, like it will bind itself to those toxins, and then they will be excreted out of their body. Now, weight, of course, anything is either you poo it or you sweat it out. And that is why it's usually advisable that if you can, let a child spend 20 minutes in an Epsom salt bath. There are other people says that you can add bentonite clay. I have it as well. But because when you use bentonite clay, you will have to wash the bath as well. That is extra work for me. So I have stopped that, even though I have it. But I'll only do that when I know I'm ready or I'm mentally able to wash the bath immediately afterwards. But yeah, if you can, it's very important that we add this to our children's regimen. Dr. Till, yeah, Dr. Till is good. Dr. Till is good. What I do is I just buy a big, because usually we do this often, I just buy a big liter of Epsom salt from our normal Shoppers Drug Mart, and I use like a full cup, or I pour a huge heap from the cover and just pour it in a Demi's bath. And he likes water anyway, so it's not a problem for him. We only stopped because it was cold, but now the climate is getting warmer and he will go back to it. So Epsom salt bath is another thing that we can do on a consistent basis. Just give yourself maybe twice in a week. Let your child play in that, so that the skin is the largest organ, can absorb all the sulfates, and it can go and help with the liver to bind those toxins that they've been exposed to, and they can excrete it out. So that is why Epsom salt is something that we can all do. Then the other thing, I'm usually an investigator. You need to see me noticing, Demi, have you gone to poo? Have you gone to poo? At times I'll say, Demi, excuse me now. The boy is a big boy. He will lock the door. I will tell him, Demi, excuse me, can I come in? I just want to see your poo and just see the consistency of your poo. It's funny, but yes, it is important that our children go to the washroom every day. Every day. Do whatever you have to do, because when they are going to the washroom every day, make sure that these toxins do not stay in their system longer than expected. Because, when toxins is in the intestine, is in their stool, and they are not excreting it out, it can also filter back into their bloodstream. And that is why it's important that, because of course, in the previous slide, we saw how they can excrete all these toxins is via sweat, urine, and stool. Those are just the only three ways. So it's important that we make sure that our children are not constipated. Be a poo investigator. Your child's poo should be somewhat like number 4. But if it's anywhere outside number 4, number 3, or number 4, then you want to look into what you can do to make sure their stools are easy for them to pass out every day. So I make sure, I know Demi, when he comes back from school, that is his me time. He won't use the toilet in school. He will come home, and when he gets him, he spends 30 minutes with his iPad in the washroom every day. And at times I'll just go in, Demi, I'll just tell him, please just shift your bum, let me just peep in and see the consistency of the, because with the consistency of the poo, you can tell if the gut is doing better, if the gut is healing. Before, Demi's poo used to be like this severe diarrhea kind of poo. It should just platter into, but now the day we had this consistency, we celebrated, yes. Because that shows that, okay, his gut is getting better, it's healing, and you can know if you're doing something right. So yes, I'm a poo investigator. I'm proudly doing it, and I'm still doing it because I still want to be able to know that he's doing okay. But yeah, that's another thing that we should all monitor. And yeah, keep bowels movement, how to good diet, give them healthy fat, fermented food, have them drink a lot of water, exercise, raw green juice if your child can, or you can do freshly squeezed lemon in water. For me, the lemon, I just add it to their smoothie. every time, a full one bulb of lemon in every smoothie for him and his sister. And even for the sister that used to have severe constipation, she'd also have that. I mean, severe constipation that will go to the hospital for. But right now, both of them are doing very well, and I'm really excited about that. So this is another thing that we need to monitor when it comes to detoxifying our children. And the third thing is, they say, eat your way to healthy liver. Eat your way to healthy liver. And this one means that we need, as much as possible, take out foods that are bad, foods that have extra, all these things that they sneak into that is not good for our children. Is it food dye? Is it, all those things that you see at the back of the packaging? I'm not a major, I just check to make sure that it's clean, but I'm not so much big on it. But yes, I still check. But they say that, keep new toxins off your plate. If you can, they say go the organic way, but the organic is expensive. So what I do is just make sure that my son eats well. I cook his food with only extra virgin oil. When it's finished, I think you might just have like a meal or two with our regular vegetable oil, but I usually just go back to extra virgin olive oil for him alone. So with the extra virgin oil, it has all these rich fatty acids. I've also shared how I sneak in all these vegetables to his food, either in his sauce base or his jollof rice base. That is how I sneak in all those vegetables. But it really said that, we need to find a way to provide food that supports the liver, and that's all these cruciferous vegetables like cucumber, like cabbage, like what's the one I sneak in? Like broccoli, like cauliflower. All those vegetables are very good, and so they need to get all these nutrients back to support the liver functioning. So if you can, as much as possible, that is what I did. And another thing that I did before the last thing that I'm doing is dry brushing. Dry brushing. Now, dry brushing or lymphatic massage they say is good, but Demi, if you know Demi now, Demi is almost as tall as I am. Not only is Demi as tall as I am now, but Demi is very bulky. When I say bulky, bulky. I'm unable to give him massage because the boy is big. And my small hand cannot fit his body parts very well. But if your child is still very little and you're able to massage their lymphatic places in their body, it would be nice for you to do. And where are they? They're usually somewhere underneath this armpit area. They will tell you to massage their chest area like this, or the back of their ear. Massage the back of their head. There are some lymphatic nodes there. Massage it, or and the back of their leg, behind their knee to be precise. If you can massage those, but it's difficult for me to do that with Damien, so I stopped doing that. But this dry brushing, I used to do it when I help him, but right, Damien is independently dressing up himself. He will cream his body by himself. But on some days, I will just go and I have this, I think it's in the washroom, this dry brush that we used to brush his body. And they say just brush upwards towards the chest, just so that the body system is circulating all the lymphatic nodes. There's no traffic. They're able to go and flush out all these toxins of their body. So that is another thing that I do constantly, but for now that the guy is getting bigger, it's becoming a struggle to be able to do this for him because I don't dress him up as I used to. But when I used to dress him up, I did this very often. And another thing that we do to detoxify Dami is we use Bowery products. Now, Bowery products are made of medicine, herbs. They are, they've put in together all these herbs in a very consecrated formula, whereby even the formula, I still mix it with water when I give my son. I just take about 2 I think 3 straws and add a little water into that 50 ml cup, and I give to Demi every day. And Bowery, like you said, it's something you can use every day to take out toxins from your child. Even as an adult, you are exposed to toxins in the things that we do every day. So it's even good for us to also detoxify ourselves from time to time. So I use Bowery every day because it is herb based. It's not, doesn't have any synthetic formula into it, and that's why I use Bowery product. And for Demi, we use this Cytoflora. This is mainly for the liver to flush out toxins. And we also use NDF. We use the much consecrated one, NDF professional. And because we started from kids, we've transitioned to NDF, normal NDF, to where we are now in the professional line. So I would say that if you're using this, start from the very, very small concentration and work yourself up. That is what I've done. And consistently, I just check and I change. If we've done this particular set for about a year, the next year I'm adding up to it. I'm changing something and adding more, making it more consecrated and like that. So that is what I do to detoxify Demi, and he does it every day. His sister also detoxifies herself, and she uses bioretins because, like I said, we're exposed to toxins every day, and everybody should detoxify themselves. So both of my children are on Bowery. Demi used this Cytoflora and NDF Focus, the concentrated, both concentrated one, and his sister is on Bowery Teens. So that's another thing. And for those, I don't know if you don't know, we have a coupon code that you can use to get discounts. That's COMF10 to get 10% discount if you're ordering, but you have to put that at your checkout. It will not come automatically. I don't have a direct link for that, but that can also help save you some change. So this is another thing that we do to, detoxify Demi. And the last thing that I put here is binders. Some people use these binders, but it is important to say that these binders are also chemicals, or they are drawn from, I'm trying to see. This is TRS. It removes heavy metal toxins and contaminants. They say it's like an oral tasteless spray. I haven't used it before, but I know many people use this and they say it's very good. But another binders you can use is activated charcoal. Another binder is bentonite clay, and that's why you can add bentonite clay with your Epsom salt bath to, get more toxins out of the skin for your child. Some people use silica-rich spring water, but I didn't take this. And zeolite is this. This is it's a lab-produced to remove toxins. I have not tried this, and why is because my research then on this says that it can also bind nutrient out of the body. And at times these binders can cause constipation, and it mostly comes from earth, and from earth also there are some toxins as well there. So I'm not fully on board with this yet, but I know some people use it and they have said they've seen great milestones with their children. But if you intend to use this, please start very, very slow. Start very, very slow. Is there anyone that have a question?
Yeah, I have a question regarding this.
Okay.
Because I've used this PBX, and like you have said, if you are using it, you have to make sure all the drainage are like open. If you use PBX with the blocked drainage, it can cause havoc. Like it can lead to another behavior issue. So pretty much, I use it for my 2 children. The one who is speech delay, it worked very well with him because his drainage body is all open, and he was able to get rid of the toxins out immediately. Like a week, he started saying, "Mommy," he started talking like that. But my other son who has autism is kind of like he walks a little, then everything just shut down, and it just all kind of stuff just started happening again, and all this, all that. Because it took me time to figure out like what was really happening. One is getting better, and the other one is just going the other route. So pretty much, I would say if anyone wants to use this, have to be very, very careful with it. Mostly kids with autism is very, very like have to be very careful.
Thank you, Nikki, for sharing. And like I said, I did not use it, but I know some people say they use it. But that's why I also put in this must note here that you need to be very careful. Do your research very well, due diligence before you do this. Esther, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get the particular one she was talking about.
It's on the screen.
Yeah, which of the products was that? I had BBL.
PBX. This is it here. PBX on the screen here.
Okay. Yeah. I see now. Thank you.
But you have to be careful before you do this. I did not use this. I just used the earth-based one, the plant-based one. That's the Bowery. That's what I use. But I know some people have also said this works for them, and that's why I'm just sharing here. So having said that, I think we are almost getting to the end. The other thing is some children with autism have co-infections with their autism, and this can be extremely severe. I am so particularly grateful to God that Damien does not have major co-infection with its autism. But when Damien was about 3, 4, Damien was very, very easily easily fall sick. And he would, every time we go to the hospital, they are always saying that he has infection, and they will give him antibiotics. At times in 6 months, he will have 2 rounds of antibiotics. And what that does is to strip off all the good bacteria in his gut, like everything. It will strip off all the bacteria in his gut. And so when I realized that, that was when we saw a naturopathologist, and she gave us an option that anytime he's sick, anytime, I'm usually very alert. Anytime I notice that his lymphatic nodes here are swollen, is a sign that he's about to have an infection, like he's not draining properly. And so what I do then is to quickly give him Lymphidoral. Lymphidoral is also a natural plant-based anti-infection. I don't know why I didn't put it on this slide, but I'm just sharing everything. I'm just sharing in everything. I'm going to bring it up here so that you can see. And this is the only thing Damien takes. Let me try. Let me see. Okay, I will share. Let me share another screen then. This is the only thing I give Damien anytime is screen. Yeah, this one. So this is the drug that was given by a naturopathologist. Can you see this screen? Can anyone confirm if you can see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
So this is an remedy to reduce inflammation and infection. It is a natural way to reduce, it supports improve immune function, supports the removal of toxins, decrease swelling, and reduce inflammation. So this is the only thing that I give Damien instead of antibiotics. This is what we use, and it does help. Luckily, it's very, very camouflageable into just a drop of water, and it doesn't notice. It doesn't have a strong taste, as it were. So this is the only thing that we've used for Damien for the past years. And to think of Damien that in a year or in a 6 months we'll have 2 rounds of antibiotics. Damien have not used antibiotics in 4 years. That since we've known this. So if that means we've been able to prevent his gut lining from stripping all those good bacteria that he has and maintain them. So that is the only thing that we use when it comes to, if he's, as in God has been good, Damien has not fallen sick. Let me just put it that way. He has not fallen sick in 4 years.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, is it something you use regularly or when he's having sort of infection?
Yes, when I notice that it's about to have, just for my Demi, I know when either of them, I'm very, very observant. So for Demi, when it's about to fall sick, you will see that the side of his jaw here are swollen. And that's to say that his lymphatic drainage is blocked. It's not, and that's my own sign to say that it's about to fall sick. Or when he's coughing. In our house, we're very alert. When he comes 3 times, we quickly jump up. Then you say, I'm okay, I'm okay. Now you say, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. You guys should not panic. But we are usually very alert because then they used to put dirt in his mouth. He'll pick anything and put in his mouth. And of course, that introduces germs to him. So we only use this one when we observe that I think he's coming down with something. But this does not say that we don't give him PCM on some days that he have fever. We give him Tanilol, over-the-counter, normal over-the-counter drugs, or when he has cough, we give him over-the-counter cough syrup. There's this one that has frog for kids. I can't remember the name, but those are just all that we do for Damien. Damien have not have to use or falling sick to the point where he has to use antibiotic. And this is just what, because the neuropathology was saying that antibiotics is good if you have a severe case, but if it's something that can be treated or you catch it on time and you're quickly putting in that work, the infection will subside. So yes, I know that on the screen, you will see other co-infections. Some children have SIBO, and SIBO is when they have lots of bacteria in their gut. Some children have Candida. Those are usually just gastrointestinal symptoms added with their autism. But if you've been able to heal their gut, you'll be able to get these infections at bay to the barest minimum. And that was why I said that I wish I knew that healing the gut was very, very important then. Does anyone have question on this co-infection with autism? Any question? And then if no question, the last thing we are doing for Dami is this brain repair and support. Brain repair and support. And for us, I think we were just very fortunate that the year we were introduced to this, it was somebody on the group that just told me about name-check protocol. And I read about it, I understood the science, it resonated with me, and I stopped all the supplements we were giving them. Like we just went all in. We stopped all the supplements entirely because yes, we were getting something here for speech, something here, and we weren't sure if they were working. But once we read this name-check protocol book, we understood the science, what was actually happening in his body, how his brain can repair itself if we are consistent with it. And I can say consistently, at least we've done it for 3 years, this works. Like name-check protocol works. Like I said before we started, Damien now is arguing with me. I will tell him, Damien, you cannot have fun. Damien will say, Mom, I will. Hey, you will see me, you for me. This is where we are now. Like we can, and like I said, also, I'm also asking him questions about school, and he's having to retell me stories that is happening. And also, although we are also working on his communication to be able to tell stories, that is a separate goals. But name-check protocol works, and that's how we've been able to repair Dami's brain and consistently support him. Now, this name-check protocol consists of only 3 things. When I say I have tried, we've explored different options, and this for me is the most cost-effective way to repair your child's brain and support them in the long run. Is by using inulin, extra virgin olive oil, and fish oil. Those 3 things, for the past 4 years or 3 years, we have not stopped them. If we stop earning, probably it's just on weekends, because weekends we eat late. We are not going to school. We eat anytime. That is when there's an interruption, usually on Saturday, because Sunday we'll go to church. That's when we don't use these things. And I can say the inulin, what the inulin does is to push the bad bacteria in our children's gut further down, whereby it is not in the large intestine that is going to disturb them. And that's why with inulin, I'm not worried if them is taking all this milk from bread or gluten, because I know that if I notice that he hasn't gone to the toilet, I give him digestive enzyme to help him break it down immediately. And the other thing I do is I consistently increase Dami's olive oil. Now, there's a particular brand of olive oil that is advised, extra virgin olive oil. That's a virgin oil that has the COCC seal. COCC seal. I want to try and why did they say we should use that seal? Because oils that have those seals, their processes are very, very meticulously ensure that they had the highest quality of olive oil. Now, our brain contains a lot of fatty acids, and yeah, because these nutrients are not absorbed in the food, because our children are picky eaters, or because they don't have this much fat, it's difficult for their brain to repair. But by consistently giving them this extra virgin olive oil and gradually increasing the polyphenol count, I have seen that has helped Demi a whole lot. So we started from the very, very lowest count of olive oil, and I've graduated to buying more expensive, more olive oil systematically, because at times you cannot just buy a very, very high olive oil and give it to them. It will affect them adversely. So you have to consistently just build it up. And I've been able to do that consistently over time with Demi, and I've seen his brain is repairing itself. His brain is really repairing itself. And another thing is this ultimate omega. This, I don't let it finish in my house. I just
sorry to cut you short, sis. Where
yes,
do you buy your extra virgin olive oil from? The one you dose. This is not the one you cook with, right? This is that one for the ifolonic, because the ifolenic.
polyphenol, yes.
Okay, where do you buy yours from, please?
So polyphenol oil. Like I said, the one Demi is using, I buy it from Greek. I won't advise you to start that now. Like I said, we've used, I think this is the 5th olive oil that we've used.
Also, we have done Yanis. I'm on Yanis.
We started from Yanis. No, we started from Abequina, which we got from Olive Junction.
In British Columbia, right? I did that too.
Yes. Then we moved to Yanis. Then from Yanis, we moved to Eliama Gold.
Okay. Is that I'm on Yanis. I'm on second bottle of Yanis, but I bought it from someone on Facebook.
Yes, I also bought Facebook one. I bought from
I don't
Facebook.
know where do you buy this next one from, please?
And so if you're on Yanis now, you might want to go to Eliama Gold. Before you can't buy the one I'm using for Demi immediately, because that one is higher than Eliama Gold.
Gold. Okay. Maybe I'll go and ask that Facebook person if she has that one too.
They just ask her that which Eliama, yeah, she will have it. Or ask her which other oil is next to that has a higher polyphenol. And what I do, I buy 2 bottles and I make sure that it finishes it.
Yes, I'm on the second bottle of Yanis.
Maybe 2 or 4. I make sure it finishes 4 bottles before I move to the next one. So his body is using that one very well. Before, so I usually order like twice from a particular vendor, then I move to another one, and I order twice, then I move to another one, then I order twice. Now he's on a big boy. Is he president? I can't remember the name now.
Thank you.
Only boy now. But I've ordered 2. I'm going to order again, the same one. Before I think there's only 1 left after that one, and it will just stay on that one for a long time. So we've gradually increased over time. So his body is used to it. So if he sees that just wide change, it might affect him adversely. But because we've used 4 bottles, his body understands it. So when we increase to another one, we'll also start small. So we'll get to its right dosage, and then we'll just stick to it again for another, like a whole year also. But that's how and Bimi's, you can tell the things he's doing. His brain is repairing itself. The guy is talking back now. He's commenting. He's gisting with us. He's very chilled. I can leave Demi at home and we can go out. Even though his daddy was surprised, I'm like, yeah, the boy will be fine. We want him to be independent. So why not we just gradually trust him to do these things?
It will come.
Yeah, it will come. It will come. It will come. So those are the things that we are doing to help Demi. That is virtually everything that I have done in the past 4 years. And like I said, I can tell I can take it to the bank that everything works. Everything works. But like I said, a penny in a cup, just consistently continue on it. Just consistently continue on it. And that's why I usually try to understand the science behind it. So when something is finishing, I don't let it finish. I get it immediately because I know the work it's doing. And that's why you see me frantically looking for ultimate omega that finish Mitibawo. We cannot finish. And so that is why I make sure that I know the effect everything has, and I'm not doing too much that I'm getting myself overwhelmed. I'm just sticking to these things and I'm gradually letting them work with the grace of God, and they've been working for us. So that is all that we have been doing to update me. I don't know if anyone have any questions. I can take your questions now. I've spoken for a lot.
Yeah, please, regarding the olive oil, I just don't know. Is it the one with higher what?
Okay, so let me share my screen again. No, I didn't even start some. Let me share my screen. So you have to buy olive oil that has this seal. Can you see my screen? Yes, about the seal. You have to, because it has the highest standard. This industry is really regulated to make sure that you have any seed that you're buying that has this one. This is the one you should be dosing your child with. And you will see that there is, I think it's this one where you will see the companies that are currently using, like companies which their oils are approved by these people.
Okay.
So these are the different manufacturers you can go and buy olive oil from. You can look at Wild Grove. This one is in California. You can go to their website. Oh, it says error. Because I know every year they check them. Excuse me. Every year they check them. Even the one, this is for 2024. There might not be so many. You might also go to 2023. Where is the, okay, certified sales oil. Okay, yeah. These are the, so for every year from 2019, they started doing that audit. So just check them. I think I have ordered, I'm surprised the person I ordered with, if I can't find their name, I'm like, these people, they are not passing again. So I know you are in the US, so you can use California, what's the name now? California, let's see. Yeah, so you can use from this California olive.
Okay.
Yeah, California olive ranch. This one is closer to you. So you see, they don't have the seal again. They've lost their seal. But ideally, the oil you're looking for should be the one that has that seal, because then you can, it's been verified that they have the highest quality.
Okay.
They've lost their seal because they usually very, 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 I don't know the word. Very, very strict on checking their process. So I don't know if there's a way we can see list of, I think it's that way as well. Companies that have current sales. These are all the companies that you can Okay, it's here now. California Gold Olive Oil Company. I wanted to see they lost their seal. Oh, so they are still there. They still have the seal. So you can buy extra from them.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions? Please go ahead.
So I wanted to ask about something someone wrote on the group the other day, and I went to buy it about the detox agent. He said spirulina, is it spirulina and chlorella, something like that. So I just checked on Amazon. I saw that combination and I bought it. I don't know, if you've used it before, or I'm trying to see how effective it is. I haven't seen any benefits on Josh, and the bag is quite big. So I'm thinking of just throwing it away or just continue.
So I think you'll be the one to be taking the spirulina. Like I said, you can't find it on my list here. And that's because I have not used it. I have not used it. So likewise, this is what I tell people, that a lot of information will be jumping at you from all sources.
Yeah.
But you have to do your due diligence to see what it's doing and see if it's something that my child will take. Is this something we can be consistent with? That is what I do. I think this food, I just opened it now. I think it has fiber, more vitamin A than carrots, more protein, more iron than spinach, more potassium, and it says more calcium than milk. So it has good nutrient benefits. But I think this would be towards your child absorbing nutrients. So first of all, you need to heal the gut. When you heal the gut that is not leaking, then you can use spirulina so that they have more nutrients in their body. This is what I can, just from my quick glance at research at spirulina. But I'm not using it. I've not used it for my son before.
Okay, the second question I have is about the Nembeke
name check
protocol. Yeah. How about are you able to give us the dose of, what to start with, like what quantity of olive oil and inulin to start with? I've tried to check the book itself, but I really didn't get the quantity, the dose, or I won't say dose, I'll say quantity to give.
It's in the book.
Honestly, I don't like to give people a review on that one. I want people to go and read it so you understand the science very well. If you read the book, you will see the measurements there.
So if you're on the common group,
it's also on the group too. You will see
the PDF of the group of the book is there. Just check for documents. I don't know when I always ask somebody will I can resend it to you if I know, but the book is in a book.
Okay,
all right. See, I can send you, Esther, I can send you that cheat sheet. There's even a cheat sheet itself that has the measurement based on the age. But I want you to understand so that you will not just buy spirulina, like you bought spirulina, you throw it up, you think it's not working. I don't want you to do something that is not working. Do something that resonates with you, something that you understand. So just take the time out and read that book. When your child is even having an awakening, you will not stop because oh, okay, I know I need to be consistent over time. This is what it's doing. So that's why I just tell people that please just close your eyes and read this book. But for me, it is working for me. It is working for me. So the book is on the free copy of the book is on the group. The cheat sheet itself or the distance is on the group. Everything is there. You just need to search. But I really want you to read the book so you understand it. And that's why, because I understood, that's why when Demi is taking bread, I'm not so bothered. When there are times when he wants to indulge in ice cream, I'm not so bothered. I don't want to kill all the boys' morale as well, because I know I'm going to give him digestive enzyme to help him break it down if I think he's struggling to break it down. I understand what is going on, and that's just what I'm doing. Does anybody else have any question?
Yes, just a quick one. I was driving when you guys were talking about the olive oil. So currently we've been doing the one been getting from Olive Junction for about, I think, a year plus now. But I've been trying to get like a higher count, like phenol count, but I don't know where to get that next rough. I don't even know what to go to next. But we want that one for like a long time. And I guess we're almost running out. I'm trying to restock and I'm trying to see if I can just get
the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for that one, if you've used Olive Junction, that would be Abequina. You can go to Yanis. Yanis is an higher polyphenol count.
So that is YANIS.
I'll just search for it here. I think I have the bottle of mine because it finished and I'm just like, me too, I should because olive oil is good for adults as well. So I brought it to my room that I'll be drinking the remaining one, but the tasting, I'm like, these children are trying. Yanis olive oil. There's a lady, yes, I have it here. Let me just share my screen so you can see. This was the next one, Olive Grove. Yes, you buy it from Olive Grove. And I think this is screen 3. So can you see?
Yes, I can see.
So it was this one. I think I have the bottle right in front of me. It was this one this one that we took. It was the next one that we went to. So the polyphenol count is just higher, but it's not too high that will cause a different from that Olive Junction that we use, the Abequina.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if it can show the polyphenol count. So it has 768 high polyphenol count. So the Olive Junction, I think Olive Junction is about 500. So you can see just slightly high, it's higher from 500 to 57. 500 to 7. Where is it now? Sure. Yeah, this is yeah, Abequina. So this Abequina is, where is the polyphenol container? So you can see it has the seal. Why didn't you put it?
I think it's always listed like on the page towards the bottom.
Thank you. Okay, so the polyphenol count in this one is 265. From 265 to, we said this one is, Yanis is 7. Is there anything I used in between? I'm trying to see. No, I think after that one was Yanis. Yeah, I think you can go for this one. Go for this Yanis. But when you're dosing, start slow.
Yeah, probably like a 1/4 teaspoon or something.
No, you have the measurement that your child is supposed to use. Yeah, maybe just start with not the full dosage.
Yeah.
Just gradually work your way, within a week, work your way to the full dosage.
Okay.
But you can get Yanis. I think there was a lady that, this is sold by who, so because I know it's somewhere in Europe. Where did I buy Demi's oil now? I can't remember the name now.
It's like you guys buy this thing or on the website rather than places like Amazon.
I think not. I don't know. I would suggest that you look for people that are dealing directly with these people. There are some people that buy different because they could get different. I can't remember except I check my mails. They buy different, like different mixes, and you can see this directly from the vendor. I'm trying to look for the name of that Gourmet Grocery. Okay, I think it's Gourmet Grocery that sells this too. But it's from somewhere in Europe, and you will have to pay for custom duty. It was expensive, but I just buy directly from them now. Because I'll just buy 2 bottles that will last us for a year, and I'll repeat the same thing for the following year before I change the oil again. So it's Gourmet Grocery. These ones are higher polyphenol count. So which one is Demi on? Demi is on the big boy one. This is these ones are higher. So they have Yanis, are the one that sell Yanis. Remember. So if you want to buy directly, you might want to buy directly from them. Yes. So from Gourmet, from Olive Junction, from that Abequina, we went to Yanis. From Yanis, we went to Eliama Gold, this one. We went to Eliama Gold. And now Demi is on Drop of Life. Can you still hear me? I think I lost my audio.
Yeah.
So that's how we've increased. So this, that's how we've increased Demi's polyphenol count. I'm trying to see if you can see there. So Yanis has 628. Eliama has 833, and Drop of Life is 1,322. Let me take a big boy.
Yeah, sorry to draw you back. So I've been trying my best to listen while I'm at work.
Okay.
So I missed a bit out on this part of it, the virgin oil. Is it part of the Nemetschek protocol or something? Because I'm just hearing polyphenols, and I didn't quite get it. Thanks.
Yeah, it's part of Nemetschek, and that is on step 4, how I'm trying to help Demi's brain repair and support itself.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, you're welcome. So what I said is that we started small from a very low polyphenol count of oil, but I've gradually increased over the years so that it's getting more fatty acids from these oils in the dosage I've recommended, and it takes that every day. So we started from Abequina, from this one, because of, the polyphenol count was low, was 265, and this is still higher than the normal virgin oil that we used to cook. And to answer your question, I don't use this to cook. I use real Canadian, no name extra virgin oil to cook Demi's food. I use this bottle. I use this bottle and this one from time to time. They say it's extra virgin, but of course it cannot be as high as all these ones we're talking of. So gradually.
Yeah, sorry, one more question. How do you combine the bio products and all these things, all this olive oil and all that?
Okay, so Demi just takes everything at once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in the morning, I think I have a video somewhere, I can't remember. So in the morning, we mix it. They are quite simple. It's just this prebiotics in a 15-liter, those shots, cough medicine bottles. So I mix the inulin. It takes a small dosage. I put it in water. Then the Bowray, it's also in drops. I just take it and put it in that same shot bottle.
Okay.
With water, because it's concentrated herbal mixture. Mix it with water, and I give him his Ultimate Omega and virgin olive oil orally in his spoon. It's just those 4 things. And now I'm just adding vitamin D because it wasn't going out much during the winter period.
Okay.
That's all it takes every day. That's everything. Then I'll give him vitamin C, the same chewable vitamin C that we all eat. Demi takes his own. That's all it does every single day. That's just it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I found that that's just mixing everything together is easier for me to be consistent and make sure that we don't forget everything. And that's just about it. Just takes it in the morning after his meal before he goes to school, and it's done for the entire day. So that's all.
Sorry, I just wanted to comment on the lady that got the spirulina and stuff. I use spirulina, but when I got it, I didn't get it for like sole purpose of healing or something. Got it mainly for the nutrient part of it. So what I just had it. I don't add it into like maybe pancakes. I don't give it like every day. Add it into like pancakes, muffins. Sometimes if she's taking tea, just put a little bit in it. I don't do more than like a quarter teaspoon. So just for to get that extra nutrient. So I wasn't focusing on it like, oh, this is for healing or something. Just more of like, I guess if I approach it that way, it's be easier for you to use and not just throw away the pack.
Okay, thank you.
And like I said, just a quick search, it's filled with lots of nutrients which our children need. But if you understood, you could just you don't have to be so much that is overwhelming. Just a little every day. Just a little every day.
In addition to those fermented foods, I'm just suggesting too, I use this Genuine Health gut superfood. So it's spirulina, cabbage, broccoli powder, fermented ones mixed together. And the taste isn't so horrible, but I just do it in little water, and I just give it to her with her meds. I do it on alternate days, so that can also help in adding a bit of fermented food for the ones that would not want to eat sour. Yeah.
Okay.
The fermented food is out of it for my own son.
Some might just it might be a no-no.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah. Because I mean he likes sugar and I don't even know how to do that. Go about removing sugar from his diet. We talked about syrup and all of that, but the thing is these sugars are in chocolate. They are in the things he likes, chocolate drink. I mean, chocolate drink in the morning, ice cream, So these are the things. How do you? So I was going to even ask, is there a way to detox sugar? Because
no, so that's the thing. If you are giving them these things, then you have to consistently get them to detox. Get them to detox, have him go to the washroom, have him jump on the trampoline or anything to do eye exercise that will make him sweat, have him do all this Epsom salt bath every day, all those things. And sometimes it's difficult to stop them entirely, but the ones that you can withdraw from him. I know them used to like all those chocolate drinks, but we stopped buying it. We are the one buying it. If it's when he sees it at home that he will take it. So we will stop buying it. On one-off, you can indulge him, but not consistently. You are the one in charge of the pantry, so it's left to you. I remember there was a time I went to buy raw cocoa powder. I think that did not work also, but you just have to be creative about it. But you are in charge of the pantry anyway. It's not your child.
Yeah, for that cocoa powder thing too, I tried raw cocoa powder, it wasn't working. But this date chocolate with Agas Wholesome, that's date and chocolate, it's not so bad.
Oh, where did you get that from?
I brought it on Agas Wholesome. They have a Canadian website now anyway, so it was in Nigeria I bought it. I bought plenty, but they have a Canadian website, agaswholesome.ca or something. So it's just date and cocoa powder.
I'm not finding it. Can you please just type it here so I get the spelling right? That might be a good substitute for you, Esther.
Yeah, and even if you can still add something yourself and do raw honey and add to it in addition, if it's not too sweet, then gradually reduce. The raw honey does not immediately release sugar, right? Like plain white sugar. I mean raw honey, it's solidified a bit. So that comes with the natural things that, maybe like the fibers in it and all that can still prevent initial release of sugar, like plain sugar, white sugar would. So you can mix that up with if it's not too sweet. I mean, if the date in it is not enough for your son. So gradually let him get used to that, and then you pull out. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
That's a
another
lovely.
option.
Thank you, Tosin.
Oh, wow.
May I just stop it entirely? I'm the one buying it. So if you don't see it, you don't look for it. So you just put it out entirely. But you know, that's the beauty of the more our children grows, we can, like, I can tell them, Demi, I need you to do this, and he will do this. The more I don't, it makes life easier. Oh, Aga, so thank you. I was spelling H-A. Thank you. I'll look for it. I'll just open it up. Does anyone else have a question? Otherwise, we can call it a day. I think I've tried. I need to go and do mommy work now. They're back from basketball.
Yes, you've tried though. Well done.
They are back from basketball, and I need to be present for them as well. But yes, don't forget, everybody. I will try and send the audio, the video to everyone. But just look at the place of God in everything. This journey is not. We would overcome it. We will overcome it. That's my own belief, and I have no doubt that we are on the right track. Okay, I've seen it. Date Choco. Okay.
Amen.
We are on the right track. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope you learned something. That is all I'm doing.
Much.
I'm not escaping anything. I just want to make sure that those who are really interested are getting this information, not just.
Viola, sorry, quick question. Any update on the critical clinic on our OAP?
Oh, clinical. Well, Demi started getting his funding. Where are you? Are you calling them?
No, I'm not calling them. I haven't even heard anything from them yet. Oh, so Demi has gotten that already?
Demi has gotten his funding.
Sister, thank God for you.
Thank God.
How long ago?
Eh?
How long ago?
Yeah, she had gotten his funding. Don't let me start talking how long ago.
Okay. I still called them like last week, and they had no update for me.
I think they're in 20. Just ask them where they are on the list.
I asked. She said she didn't have that information.
No, they know that information. They know where they are.
Because tomorrow is I think is in early 2020.
Early 2020. Yeah, they should be getting close. They should be getting close. But while you're waiting for that, there's another thing, because it's different for you to get funding. It's different for you to get therapy services. Start hunting for therapy services, because there is a very shortage in town.
Okay.
So look for, there was somebody in our group that I told that she thought it was just a walk in the park. But now she has funding, she can't find people to work with her child. Some people are not even, they want to do without voicing.
No, 3 to 4.
And they're not willing to even come in.
4 to 1.
So start looking for these therapy services. At times they will tell you have to be on a waiting list. Yes,
yeah.
That's crazy. And you have to pay to be on the waiting list again. Was another thing that I observed.
Yeah.
So
the previous ones, the last one he had for ABA, they know that we are waiting for the clinical funding.
Mm-hmm.
So I told them not to remove him from their system, because once, and they kind of did a report concerning that. So hopefully we could still get them. But for speech, he's still with his SLP, just that we reduced his service drastically since we are paying out of pocket.
Okay. So you can just ramp up the hours if you have the funding with those ones.
Exactly.
Fantastic, you still have them on.
Exactly.
Fantastic, you still have them on. Just keep them like that, because it was really tough finding services. But they will get to you very soon. Trust me.
I'll call them again.
Call them. Where? Which year are you on? Which month? They know.
Okay. Thank
you.
You
just want to be able to manage your expectations. You're looking for therapy services. You wanted to know when to engage and when to stop.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, Demi, life is getting better. We thank God.
Thank God. All right, sis.
We thank God. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
You're
God bless you real
welcome.
good.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you. God bless your family too. Thank you.